I think leading into 2024, Microsoft has a lot of really cool things in store, probably a lot of good announcements and things like that. And, one of the things that I feel like people probably won't give them enough credit for is the actual ability to release a good amount of content. Some people are saying it's going to be a down year. Some people are saying that, Microsoft doesn't really have a lot to offer, things like that. And I kind of look around and I'm looking at the, PlayStation first party offering and even the Nintendo first party offering, and I'm saying to myself, man, you know what? These companies don't really seem to have much to offer as far as I can see. But, again, maybe things will change in the next few months or whatever, but given the fact that we're almost in 2024 and that we haven't really seen much in terms of these things kind of coming out to sort of be announced, then I think we sort of can look at this and go, well, Microsoft could very well have the best biggest lineup that they could. So again, I hope that we continue to pressure Microsoft to give us good announcements and things, but at the same time I think Microsoft has some really cool stuff, and this bit of announcement I thought was really cool. That kind of came out and was kind of surprising to say the least, but still pretty cool to see nonetheless. So kind of looking at the way that Microsoft has things kind of structured, apparently they've got their next like 10-15 years planned out in terms of releases from the first party, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously when you have like 36 first party studios, you can kind of set ahead and kind of lay out sort of a plan, sort of in the way that Marvel goes about their business and does that. So I think that would be pretty damn cool, to say the least. But this bit of news I thought was really cool because a lot of us are maybe wondering some updates on this whole Blade situation in terms of when might we see it. So it looks like the release of Marvel's Blade could be a little bit away. At the Game Awards, obviously, we've heard that Arcane Studios collectively working on this. Obviously, there's generating a ton of hype for it, not only because of the IP involved, but because of the team developing it. Arcane Lion is responsible for the acclaimed Dishonored series, as well as the recent Deathloop. In other words, they are a really top-notch developer that could really deliver quickly on this. But since there's no concrete release information, we have a decent idea thanks to a new update to a LinkedIn profile. A developer on the game. The game's development actually began in January of 2022. So in other words, it's been in development for almost 2 years now, because believe it or not, we're almost in January 2024. So previously, Arcane Lion took about 4 to 5 years to make games. So if you kind of look at it, in other words, it looks like the pattern holds. Marvel's Blade would be out in 2026 or 2027. This is also about what AAA games take to average now, anywhere from 4 to 6 years. Sometimes AAA games are still made in 3 years, but it's not very common. And the same on the other side of the spectrum. Sometimes AAA games take more than 6 years, but that's not common either. So nice to see that this is kind of coming about in such a roundabout way. Right now we have speculation, but it's safe to assume that the game is still ways out, which was indicated by the fact that not only was there a release window not mentioned during the game's reveal, but no platforms either. If the game was coming out next year, even 2025, that probably would have been relayed during the trailer and things like that. As for when we're going to see this next, we don't really know, but we do know that Marvel has kind of penciled in Blade the movie in a particular year as well, so we could see that, hey, Microsoft probably has an idea and they probably want this game out to go ahead and kind of coincide with the release of the movie, because that makes the most sense. You want to capitalize kind of off the off that situation. So I think that would be really cool for them to do, and makes a lot of sense for them to go out there and make sure that they can do that. So personally, I feel like it's going to be a game that a lot of people are going to be talking about for a long time. And at the same time, I think it makes a lot of sense for Microsoft to go ahead and get something out there that's going to be looked at as like an incredible thing for the Xbox brand. I think that this is a game that's going to be pushing the Xbox in a way that we haven't really ever seen before. So that to me is an exciting thing, to say the least. And again, that's going to be something that I think gamers are going to kind of flock to, and having actual games out there that are going to kind of press and, keep people happy, I think is going to really do wonders for the Xbox platform. Like, again, I know that the game's not coming out next year, but seeing that, the game is going to be able to kind of go out and be there probably maybe even for the launch of the next generation, I think is pretty incredible to say the least. And Microsoft again has a lot going for it, to where they have a lot of their games for the next handful of years kind of scheduled to come out and scheduled to kind of do things or whatever. So I think that that's pretty cool, that they have that kind of lined up in a way that people can look forward to their stuff for a change. Like, I know that not everybody does that, but I do hope that they continue to kind of get people amped up for like the future and things like that. And I think that was a very, very cool way to see how people would kind of react to it, and everybody's talking about it. I think some of the talk was probably for a bit of the wrong reason. Oh, what platforms are going to come to, which is pretty ridiculous if you ask me. But Microsoft, I think, knows what they're doing, and it's just one of those things that I feel like they're on the right path. They might not always be on the right path or whatever, but I do think that they are definitely on the right path with this stuff, and I hope that gamers kind of react well, because it seems like, to me anyway, that so many fans, so many gamers are so many fans are so quick to kind of hate on Xbox, right, and not giving them a proper chance. I think that's a real shame, and so that's why I kind of hope that we see a little bit of change in the future from this kind of stuff. So I do hope that we see Microsoft continue to kind of push what they're doing, because they're doing, I think, some really cool stuff. It really just kind of comes down to some people actually going out there and saying, hey, you know what, this is pretty cool. Maybe it's time we stop this nonsense and this weird hatred. It's like a hatred hard on for Xbox for whatever reason, and I don't really understand it, but again, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the future of gaming in general, and clearly Microsoft has a lot going on for themselves, and I'm sure everybody's kind of gonna get tired of hearing about Xbox over the next couple of years, because it seems like they have a ton of stuff coming out, and that's just something that honestly doesn't surprise me. That honestly, it really is not really much of a surprise, just by the fact that Microsoft has so much talent, so many studios right now. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure you guys feel a certain way about this than I do, but are you excited for the future? Are you guys interested in this Blade game at all? Are you guys maybe not? I don't know, who knows. People are really kind of look at things in a different way than me sometimes, so I guess we'll see what happens. I would love to see what you guys think, though. Again, let me know down below. I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews. Again, it really kind of just depends on all of you guys. Thank you so much for rocking out with me. Hopefully you guys have a good holiday and had a good holiday and that kind of stuff. So thank you for being so awesome. And I really appreciate each and every one of you for all the cool stuff that you've done, and for rocking out with me. So have a great one. Rack 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.